Stravinsky's involvement with the ballet impresario, Serge Diaghilev, goes right back to the beginnings of Diaghilev's famous ballet troupe, the Ballet Russe. And in 1909, Stravinsky was asked by Diaghilev to write a pair of orchestrations that the company might use for their choreography, and he did that. The critics were very enthusiastic about the groundbreaking ballets of Diaghilev, but there was one problem that they cited. They felt that the dance moves were right up to date and very radical, but that the music was a little too conservative. And Diaghilev took this to heart and very quickly began inviting composers like Ravel and Stravinsky to compose avant-garde scores that his troupe could dance for. And so were born Stravinsky's first great successes, the ballets like the Petrushka, the Firebird, the Rite of Spring, all of these great collaborations between Stravinsky and Diaghilev, which continued over many years. Well, in the 1920s, it became time to celebrate the 20th year of Diaghilev's involvement in the theater. And so Stravinsky and his friend Jean Cocteau, the writer, decided that they would put together a theatrical piece as a tribute to Diaghilev. And this was Oedipus Rex. Now, they tried to do this in secret so that the whole thing would be a secret to Diaghilev, but you couldn't keep a secret from Diaghilev. In the arts world, he knew everything that was going on, so of course he was in on the activities. This is certainly an unusual piece in Stravinsky's output. There's nothing really quite like it, although it is a good example of the classicizing aspect of his compositions. It is partly opera, certainly it is sometimes staged as an opera, but it also seems to be just as much an oratorio. Vocal soloists, a big choir, an orchestra all participate in the performance of this work. There's a fair amount of text, and Cocteau and Stravinsky were fixed on the idea that the text shouldn't be in French or Russian or any modern vernacular language, but rather it should be in Latin. The idea being that nobody would particularly understand the text without putting some effort into it. Well, it's absolutely sui generis. There's nothing else quite like Oedipus Rex, but it's a monumental and powerful work that really makes an immense impact when it's given a strong performance.